Okay, it's recording. So I'm Jeff, first of all.
Nice to meet you. My name's Landon.
Landon?
Yes.
Okay, like Michael Landon?
A little bit.
And you heard my question, but I'll say it again. What do you think happens? What do you think happens after this life? And I know you only got 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Or maybe 9 or 8 now. So.
I guess I believe whatever you put your faith in is what you'll get in the end. So whatever you spend your life believing in, putting in your time and effort, that's what you'll get out afterwards.
Okay. In kind of in a general sense, like positive and negative? Or
yeah, and also like you depend on what kind of religion you believe in, whatever you put your faith in, that kind of whatever afterlife that has. If that's something that your religion has, that's where you go.
Okay, so so you would say all religions are somehow compatible with each other.
Yeah, and it's more so. I don't think necessarily there's only one place that you go.
Yeah. And how about you personally? Like, so if that's true, then what have you put your faith in, or how do you view your eternal future?
Actually, I'm still figuring that out. When I was growing up, I was baptized Catholic. We never really went to church, so I'm not super religious, but I'm trying to figure out what I believe in. I put my faith in.
Yeah. And did you go to catechism classes and do the confirmation thing? And
not entirely. I did for a little while, but I didn't do that for a really long time.
Yeah. Do you feel like you have a good understanding of the Catholic faith or the Christian faith? I'm gonna say Christian is like there's a big umbrella that's called Christian, and Catholic would be part of that. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, I did then, but I think it's definitely shifted now. Especially, I've got a lot of people close to me who are helping me explain, what the different things are. So I definitely have a different understanding now than I did then.
Yeah. So would you say you're taking an active steps to further your understanding, or further to actually search for answers?
Yes.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Have you read the Bible much? Or?
No, but one of my brothers is really into it, so I've been trying to, whenever he sends me something, I try to read it.
Oh, okay. So I would love to ask more questions about your kind of like your journey and that sort of thing, but since you don't, I know you have to get to class. So what would you say so there's this word called gospel, right?
Yeah.
Which means good news. And so it's it's kind of like the Bible is seen as, like when people want to explain the Bible, they'll say this is the gospel message, the good news message of the Bible. And obviously, people don't believe in something because it's bad news.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously bad news exists and we know what happens, but what inspires people is the good news. So what do you think would be the good news of the gospel, or the good news of the Bible, we'll say?
I think it gives people something to believe in and, something to chase after. At the end of the day, like you said, there is bad news. There's so much bad, but if you have something that is telling you good things and gives you inspiration to do good things or believe in good things, it helps you kind of navigate and have something good in all the bad. Yeah.
And what would that good news be, So it's definitely inspiring because it's keeps us moving forward, right?
The inspiration could be, the afterlife where you go after, or it could, you could feel a connection, like personally, like something belongs to you. Yeah. Or, you can connect physically with people, or if you feel a deeper connection, like with your God or something, that could be good news for you because you have something. Yeah.
And from what you do know, I'm gonna bet that you can fill in the blank on this. So Jesus is the center of Christianity, right?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, Christianity. It's all about Jesus, right? Which I actually didn't know growing up. I went to a Lutheran church, and I went through the catechism, confirmation, and studied the Bible and learned about all these religious people in the Bible. I viewed them as religious people. Now I find out that they're normal people who are responding to God moving in their life, but so they weren't necessarily dedicated to being religious. But I just viewed Jesus as like another one of those Bible guys, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't know it was like, no, all these other people were like preparing for the coming Messiah, which is what they referred to as, like Jesus is the Messiah. So it was like, so they were either preparing for him, or the Bible tells about his life, or it shows how people responded to his life, his followers, his disciples, right? So, but the thing that I think you can answer is this: Jesus died for our what? Sins. I have never met anyone who hasn't heard that, which is so funny, What do you think that means?
I think that kind of means he represented the sins. Like, he didn't commit them, but he felt a connection to the people, and he kind of embraced that for them, and allowed him to be like the vessel, whatever, and represent that to the people.
Okay, that is a really good answer for someone who is still just trying to figure it out. I really think that's good. So yeah, so what it means is that like so God is loving. He loves us, but he made us, but he also loves justice. So the sins, I'm sure you've heard like the 10 Commandments.
Yeah.
We've broken them, we've lied, we've stolen, we've on down the line. And so there has, like, justice means the punishment must fit the crime. So in other words, if we sin against an eternally holy God who, like, when we break his commandments, it must be an eternal punishment. So the bad news is, that would be hell. It would be separation from God, or even punishment by God. So that's the bad news. But the good news is, but Jesus, God came in human form, and he took that punishment for us in our place. So pretty much what you're saying. I don't know if you thought about the justice aspect of it, but just kind of, it sounds like you were talking more about he relates to us, right?
Yeah.
Like he didn't sin, and so the Bible doesn't say, the Bible says Jesus never sinned. So it would be God coming in human form, living a perfect life that we couldn't live, haven't lived, and taking the punishment in our place, So when how old are you? Are you
19?
19? Yeah. When I was 17, people told me about this, and it was like, wow, that means he gave his life up for me. Like it's almost like he threw himself in front of a bus for me, like I deserve to be on that cross. And that's what changed my life. It's like, wow, I can't go back in the past and change what he did. I'm not going to go to the cross myself. He already went. That would be meaningless. So why don't I live for him? He gave his life up for me. Why don't I give my life to him? And it changed my life, and then I started reading the Bible and learning more about what that meant and that sort of thing. So yeah, I usually don't like, I like to listen more than I like to talk.
Yeah, me too.
But I do feel it's important to share that's what Christianity is about. And when you search all these other religions, what you're going to find is that all of them somehow say if you live a good life now, you will somehow be rewarded in the end. The details vary, but there's this idea that it's kind of like a works-based religion. Like if you work for it, and I think that's kind of what you were saying, like what you put into it, you'll get out of it. Christianity actually says, you know what? We are guilty. We have sinned. There's nothing we could do. All the good things you do, I'm sure you do. I don't know you, but I can just tell. If someone fell down, you would help them up, right? Yeah. It's just like part of your nature. But that's expected of you. Like if God gave you the ability to help people, why not use that? And as a matter of fact, he would expect us to use that, right? So we can't use the good things we've done to pay for the bad things that we ought not to have done. The good things we just should do anyway. So then we're left with, okay, well, what's the punishment for the bad things? I can't pay for it, unless I want to go into eternity trying to pay for it in hell, but which sounds horrible, and it is horrible. But it's not even a threat. It's more like gravity. It's like you jump off a bridge, you're going to fall. It's just the fact, right? And so what Jesus does is he provides he saves us. He provides a parachute. He provides a way out. He took the punishment for us. And so I go through life saying, Lord, how can I live for you? I don't have to earn heaven. He did it already on the cross. Now I get to express my gratitude, you know. So give you something to think about. Hopefully you'll be able to concentrate on your class. But
yeah, that's definitely just something new to think about.
yeah. And I'll leave you my card and my numbers on there, and then the YouTube channel is on there, and I'll probably get it uploaded like this evening or something.
Okay.
So I'm going to turn that off.
All right.